Welcome back, coders. Actually, welcome to a brand new show, the Game Awards. I'm your host, Keith from GameCode, and I have, of course, delightful Dylan.
Hello.
And this is our first ever annual Game Awards, obviously, because the channel has barely been around for a year. So really excited to be bringing you this. And we're not gonna, take too much time just messing around. We're gonna dive right in. And first things we wanted to do was kind of just take a quick look back at 2017, which personally I think was a pretty amazing year for gaming. What were your thoughts initially so far?
Yeah, no, I think after like April, it was a great year for gaming.
After April, why do you say after April?
All my disappointments were in the early part of the year.
Oh, really? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But we'll get to that.
we're gonna get to disappointments for
Yeah.
sure. Very,
But
very
no,
shortly here.
definitely like late spring until now. Fucking fantastic. I'm actually behind on games.
Dude,
Like,
it's been kind of unreal actually.
yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think disappointments. I haven't had a ton of disappointments. I've been pretty fortunate. I've been playing mostly Switch games, but I guess that didn't really come until after at the end of
Mhm.
March. So
Yeah, that's when it's really kicked off like the good 2017 for gaming, I think, when the Switch
that,
popped.
yeah, that's interesting how that was. Maybe it just made everybody step their game up.
Yeah, right?
Dude, it's been a good year for gaming. I think that overall, this is one of those years that if there wasn't like a definitive answer for me, like where like
Mhm.
there was a game that like transcended multiple years, this would have been the hardest game of the year pick I've ever had to do.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I have my justifications ready.
Okay, cool. That's very good. So, before we get into all that, I do want to kind of give you a little bit of background on what the categories are going to be. So just to kind of start things off with the lesser categories and the ones that are going to be a little bit throwaway, but the mobile game only, cell phone only, kind of like tablet only kind of situation. So not Switch, that doesn't count. Um, Online multiplayer because I feel like there was a need for that category
Yes,
this year.
I was glad you put that in there.
Overall shooter.
Mhm.
So that's kind of a separate animal in and of itself. Strategy game, um, platformer, which comes down to actually quite a few that might be some surprises in there.
Yeah.
And then indie, just best indie game, and game of the year, obviously. The
Boom.
best game that we played this year that we got a chance to see. Hey, what's up, G-Sun and Yoda Squad? Welcome to the Game Awards. Um, So before we get too far into that, let's do this. Let's talk about the disappointments. So I know you have a couple things picked out.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Tell me what you're
I
disappointed with.
have two big ones. So the first game I bought in 2017 was Halo Wars 2.
Oh yes, I
I
remember.
was so excited about it, and it definitely let me down. They didn't really improve like any of the control issues that they had with the first one.
Yeah,
And I really RTSs on the I played it on the console, and I didn't have big hopes for it on the console, but I figured, especially with having an elite controller, that I'd be able to tweak it a little bit and make it a little bit easier, more user friendly. And
yeah.
it was not the case. The, it was a $60 hit to the budget for about like 2 hours worth of cutscenes. That was it.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, and I remember you coming out of that being like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I really want to like it, but the only thing I really like are the cutscenes, which I
I
knew I would like."
I
So
didn't even finish posting all the videos when I finished the game because it was just too rough. I was
it
like,
was not worth watching at that
it
point.
wasn't. No, I honestly, like on PC, it would have been easier control wise, but it felt like an RTS that should have came out like in early 2000.
Jeez.
Like it didn't have any depth. It didn't really have that much customization with characters. Like they were doing stuff that like they were doing back with Warcraft 2 and early Warcraft 3. Like it just a little prettier. That was it. Like,
I mean, it was pretty. I'll give it
yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
not like the prettiest RTS I've ever seen either.
No,
So it's like
definitely not. And
it
with
pretty
like
much didn't get it right on any level, did it?
no. And like with StarCraft coming free to play soon, like they really didn't put up a fight. Like,
StarCraft, infinitely better,
it's yeah,
infinitely older.
and it's gonna be free now. Like it's like They just
Oh, StarCraft 2, that's right. I mean,
StarCraft 2 is going to be
could have
free.
literally
Yeah.
just talked about the StarCraft like re-release, the original one that they
Oh
did, and
yeah.
that would have been a better game
Yeah.
and honestly been prettier.
Yeah. Seriously. But yeah, so that was my one of my big ones, and then the second one was I'm sure everybody knows was Mass Effect. Uh,
Oh God, yeah,
Andromeda. Yeah.
there it is. Holy shit, dude, I
And
can't
I
get
put 80
myself.
hours in. I'm not saying I
You
didn't get my
shouldn't have.
I didn't get my money out of it. I got my money out of it, but it wasn't a good money. It was they paid me
No,
back in pennies. They paid me back
it
in
was a
pennies
waste
and
of your time.
nickels. Yeah.
It was a waste of your time.
It was rough.
I've honestly tried to restart that game multiple times. I have it on PC. I have it on
Yeah.
Xbox. Just because I got it on a free deal, so I wasn't gonna
Mhm.
buy it twice. In fact, I don't even think. I think I bought Mass Effect 3,
I
Mass Effect 4 for
I tried to redo
nothing.
it after all the updates and everything. I tried to No Man's Sky it, and like I gave it
Hmm.
some breathing room, and I came back later, and it was no, just
Yeah,
the overall it was just the biggest letdown I had of the year. And I still, like I said, I put the hours in because I was dedicated to
yeah.
that shit, but
It's
it was
it's
not.
interesting you bring up No Man's Sky because No Man's Sky, obviously 2016 game. I had to double check
Mhm.
there because I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
But like if they had pushed it back and released it as it is today, this year,
Yeah, it would have been
No
huge.
Man's Sky would have been one of the biggest games ever. I'm
Would
gonna
have been
call it
huge.
because
Oh,
it's so
it's
much
fun
better.
again. It's
It's
fun now.
so much better. I mean,
Yeah,
it was good at launch. It was good. It
yeah,
was a serviceable game. It had some moments where I was like, "Holy
yeah.
goodness, this is
It
exactly what
was
I
a
want."
good indie game at launch. Now it
Yeah,
could have been launched like they wanted, like Sony wanted.
yeah.
Like,
It could have been game of the year kind of a
yeah,
thing.
it's fucking fun now. I'm not
And I
gonna
know a
lie.
lot of people are like, "What's the point?" Well, now there's points. Like
Yeah,
there's things to do and there's
it's
reasons to
it
play it.
it's not as fucking choppy. Like it just
Oh, it runs nice. Yeah.
overall runs nicer. It has way more customization, way more stuff to buy. Like it's more involved in all aspects. So that was yeah, I
Taylor,
loved it.
which game are you talking about is no multiplayer's promise? Are you talking about No Man's Sky? If you are,
Probably.
just write in the comments.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna echo your Mass Effect Andromeda as my disappointment of the year. I didn't play a lot of games this year that I was disappointed with. In fact, I played a lot of games that shocked the fuck out of me. Like
Yeah.
games that I was expecting. There is some multiplayer to it now,
So
but it's pretty limited. Um, what I can say is there hasn't been a game that's other than Mass Effect that I couldn't force myself to want to play it a lot. Like,
mhm.
whereas like I sat myself down for 3 hour chunks to get through that stupid intro. The intro is so boring.
it it took all of my gaming
Oh my god,
will. Like
guys!
I lost pieces of my soul.
I don't think you understand. If you didn't play it, like just skip it. Don't even think it's a Mass Effect game. And it was the
It's
game that caused EA to kill it. Well, there's other things about EA. Well, here's my other disappointment of 2017, and that's just in EA being a shithole company that wants to
yeah,
fuck everybody in the ass.
yeah.
EA, we would love game codes to be proved otherwise. And I do think that Battlefront 2 has a good game there, from what I've seen.
It's fun. I'll
And
give it that.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on another discussion there because
Yeah.
I want to play it. But yeah, I
I
just
know.
think that overall EA and just in general was my disappointment for 2017. It was just like
Yeah.
they kept making wrong fucking moves, and it's a continuation from last year. Like when
Mhm.
they killed the Sims.
Yeah.
Did you notice
Oh
that they
yeah.
released the
Yeah.
worst Sims ever, and
Yeah.
then they released a Mass Effect, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Like Mass Effect 3 is still one of my favorite games. Mass Effect 2 is
Mhm.
up there too. Even Mass Effect 1 is fucking good if you go back to it. It's a little rough, but it's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
But you'll get
It's still
through to
good.
the end
It's still
because
good.
the story
Yeah.
is so good.
It's
The
worth it.
story in 4 is terrible from what I can
It's
tell.
I mean, it was there. It was
Okay,
yeah.
that's the worst thing you could say right there. Okay, so disappointments aside, that was
Okay.
the 2017 disappointments. You
Yeah.
can see there were only two for you and one big one for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yay. Um, let's get into some highlights, just like some moments in gaming that you had that you feel like I don't know, like set the bar. Like
Mm.
what are some what are some games or even just like gameplay things that you saw or moments in a game that like really floored you this year? Do you have anything specific that you can remember?
Off the top of my head, definitely you playing Zelda
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was definitely I could see why it's a game changer,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to report that some games are bringing it to
Oh,
try to
right.
yeah. So and we'll get into that later,
Yeah, yeah,
but
of course. You know what I'm
but
saying?
yeah, it's nice to see games raise the bar instead of lower the bar. And
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. Or at least, there's the I felt like the last couple years they've been like trying to stay with the group instead of
Yeah.
really throw out the big ones. And
Mhm.
it's nice to see somebody take a risk and fucking see it pay off.
For sure, for sure. This
So,
year I felt like um there were some moments where you noticed that developers were saying, we can't keep delivering the same game year
yeah,
after year. Assassin's Creed took some
yeah,
time off after a couple of
yeah.
years and realized,
Good
fuck,
call.
we know some things are. I would guarantee you that Nintendo's talked to some of these developers and been like, hey, we got something coming. Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that's what it was. Maybe they were just like, Breath of the Wild's gonna be too good. No, no,
It's gonna
I
be
don't think it was
something.
that.
Yeah.
But it
No,
was
but
like, but open world games are changing
yeah,
for the better.
and for definitely for the better. Yes. And then secondly, this is gaming related,
Okay.
is when Wolfenstein fully Bethesda when they fully embraced the the punch a Nazi,
Oh,
because the
favorite
world needed that.
marketing moment
The
of
world
2000.
needed that.
This
Between the punch a Nazi, and I can't remember the exact interview, but one of their executives on camera like the day
he's
after all
like,
that shit
they're
went down,
Nazis.
he was like fuck Nazis. And he was like,
Yeah,
"Can I say that?" "Yeah, I'm going to say that."
he,
And I was like,
he was
he became my hero. I was
he
like,
was the he's like the head marketing guy for
literally yeah, like one of the like
yeah, well,
top
for
executives.
what is it, Bethesda? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Bethesda. Yeah,
he's sitting there and he's like, fuck
yeah.
Nazis. Why is this a
Like
controversial thing?
like arms reach from CEO status, and he literally just was like fuck Nazis, and then he remembered he was on the interview, and you'd see his face where he's like, "Can I say that?" "Yeah, I'm gonna say that." And I
he's
was
like,
like,
fuck it, no, 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 I'm gonna say it. Yeah,
"You
he like
win." I was
doubled
like,
down.
"This is how you win." Like,
And then the rest of that marketing campaign was the best marketing campaign
oh,
I've
it's
ever
great.
seen for
It
a
was
game.
great, and I
It,
mean. But I'm glad that they didn't back off. Like, people were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna ruin the game and the
what do you
marketing,"
mean
and I was
ruin
like,
it?
"It's literally the opposite." Like,
And I'm sorry, but if you played the last one, then
yeah,
you're still gonna play this one because the
oh
last one
yeah,
is amazing and it's a political like
yeah.
statement. It's what it is. I mean,
Yeah, it's
it's a statement on the fact that
it's
Nazis.
political satire. Like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
with yeah, it's
It's the
yeah. I
story
hate
of what happens if the Nazis win World War II,
yeah.
guys.
If
Like
you don't
that's the
know,
story.
yeah,
That's what it is. Like so you have
and how we're still
against the
fucking
Nazis.
hating them
It's
and
like what
killing them. Yeah.
shit.
But yeah,
Shit.
no. So that was definitely a big standout for me.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it's just not even Bethesda by themselves, but a, the majority that I could see of the gaming community all standing together on that point, where it seemed like other like industries didn't seem to be exactly on the same page with that, and it was
Mhm.
nice to see the gamers of the world kind of just say, "No, fuck that, fuck a Nazi." Like,
Exactly. Exactly. And
so
while I have not played enough of Wolfenstein to actually sadly categorize it or even award it anything on this
I'm exactly
episode,
right there with you. I got it right over
um,
here.
I can tell you that I will I will be playing more, and it is amazing so far. And the last one is good enough to
Yeah,
tell me that it's
last
going
one's
to be
fantastic.
yeah. Um, so
So big moments for you, and then we'll move
yeah,
on to the
what I
categories.
would say is like big moments for me come down to I mean honestly the first time you get off the plateau in Zelda,
Mhm.
um especially back when the game had just come out, the Switch was just out. There's this weird freshness. You know, like when you get a new console, you just have that air of like there's everything positive is happening. You know, all
Yeah.
the good shit was happening. Plus the fact that I was experiencing this moment in a Zelda world that has never happened.
Yes.
You fly off and it doesn't tell you anything. It just says get the fuck off the plateau. Pick a direction and go. There's a spot once you get down that you can finally go to, but like it's not like go here or you will die. It just says
Yeah.
like figure it out, find a way. And you're just like, uh, I'm kind of afraid and kind of excited at the same time. Like, so yes, I think the open world right there, what you were saying is like that was definitely the defining moment for me.
Mhm.
But then outside of that, it was just the rest of the year was defined for me by like these almost like game changing patches, where games that were really good in the past
Mm.
have
Yeah.
just gotten better and better and better and better. Like developers are figuring out this way to iterate on games that is actually not detrimental to me. Like it
Mhm.
comes out, it's a good game, it's solid, but it has issues. They listen to the right ones and they don't listen to the wrong ones, and like they managed to make the game what it probably should have been at launch. But I don't care as long as it gets to the final product. So um, things like even the Division is still going strong.
Yeah.
PUBG,
Skyrim got released or is getting released on VR. Like
Jesus, yeah,
it's
Doom got
fucking
released
great.
on VR.
Yeah. Like it's good. It's been
So
good.
so while I do think that I would like to see them figure out a couple more things and things to be stable, I think that was a pretty big thing. And and also just overall, I was surprised at how good just the adventure genre was this year,
Hmm.
just in general.
Yes.
So just
That's
outside of that,
that's literally what I'm backed up on is my
yeah,
adventure games.
dude,
Like
and yeah,
I need more hours in the day.
Assassin's Creed Origins looks great.
I have Shadow of War sitting on the fucking shelf waiting
Shadow of
to
War
finish
looks great.
Assassin's Creed. And then I
How's you
got
seeing some
Wolfenstein.
screenshots? Wolfenstein,
I got all this
amazing.
shit, man. I want to
And then
replay Skyrim. I want to replay Fallout. Like, fuck.
and yeah, I mean, the other one that I played on PS4, just to give a little shout out, is like Horizon's amazing. Like
Horizon.
Horizon's
So, if
it's
I had a
amazing.
PS4, that definitely would have been a hard contender for my game of the year.
It's fucking fantastic. Like if you've never played it, it's
Mhm.
fucking fantastic. There is the only thing that it's like that doesn't give it the nod for me is its open world isn't quite as memorable as some of the other ones that I've
Yeah,
played.
that's what I've
But
heard pretty much across the board. But other than that,
that's about it. But like everything else is so good that it doesn't matter. The story's amazing. The
yeah,
characters are great. Like so, awesome. That's my highlights.
cool.
Let's go
Let's hop.
ahead.
Let's hop into this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it started. Okay, so let's get the less exciting ones
You
out of
mean
the way.
one of the most exciting ones?
Actually, this year it's surprisingly gonna be one
It's
of the more exciting.
fantastic.
Just mobile games.
Yeah.
So there were actually quite a few
Hmm.
this year, and I don't know about you, but there were just like I'm gonna go ahead and pull up just my games library right now, just to kind of look at a couple of them. Um,
Well, I could start it off
Magic
while
Carp
you're.
Jump,
Oh, you got it. Okay. Magic
yeah,
Card Jump. Yes. Wonderful
like
game.
fucking amazing. Pocket the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp,
Yeah, it was all right. I put
uh,
a few hours in.
let's see. Oh, and then there was like that little one, Pokemon Go. That one came out this year, right? Or was
Pokemon
it the end of
Go.
last year?
No, that wasn't a. They're a big patch this year, but it didn't come out this year.
Okay. Well, then we can't count that one. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I definitely have my winner.
Go ahead.
I have Star Wars Force Arena.
Stupid ass
Boom.
game. I'm just kidding.
Fucking
You said
wonderful
so many
game.
good things about it. Yeah.
I've put probably 30 hours into that game. Free game with no paywall in sight that I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's talking 30 hours in. Like it's fucking phenomenal. It's skill based on top of luck. Okay, so it's not like specifically you're just gonna fucking pay to get lucky. Like you have to have skill, you have to have strategy.
Mm-hmm.
If anything I can put more than 10 hours in for free, like automatically is gonna get thumbs ups. And then it on top of that, it's Star Wars. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
fan
true.
fucking tastic. And every time they do an update, they pay the players off so much, even though it's like scheduled maintenance. They hook you up with like free packs, and they want to,
Right.
hey, thanks for sticking through. And they shut down for like an hour, and they're like,
Really?
they worry about the community that much. It's fucking
That's
amazing.
that's
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Um,
That's
and
amazing.
then for I'm just gonna throw my honorable mentions on after is I didn't pick it because it's not exclusively mobile, but I play it exclusively on mobile is Hearthstone. They
Oh
released
yeah.
the Cobalt Catacombs fucking update
Okay.
where it added this like solo mission adventure thing where you have to beat 8 bosses in a row, and if you lose, you restart. And it's like you build your deck as you go. It's a whole different take on Hearthstone, and I've I've probably put 40 to 50 hours into that.
Jesus Christ, man, that's a lot of
Yeah.
time into a
So
mobile game. I'm
it's
impressed.
also on the PC, so it couldn't take the winner for me. But that's definitely my solid honorable mention when it comes to the mobile category because I
Cool.
play exclusively on mobile.
Nice, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a good choice. I'm gonna cheat.
You're good.
Yeah. Technically, Super Mario Run was released this year on Android. So
you.
But no, if I had to choose,
That's
I
fine.
honestly don't play a ton of mobile games myself. So like the ones that I have still on here, it's probably gonna come down. I'm trying to debate. I probably put more time into Magikarp Jump, which
Bro.
is the dumbest but silly fun game.
Yeah.
Um,
Fancy
but
fucking dumped hours into that game.
yeah, exactly. So we're probably gonna have to go with your Star Wars one as an overall kind of thing, just because
Yeah.
it's the game that for sure is the one that
Oh, it's so
you
fun.
most. That being said, my honorable mention is Sega for releasing like all their
Yes.
classic games for
For
free.
free. Yes.
Yeah,
One.
there
And
are
they're
some
not bad.
no, but
I mean,
they're
some of
functional.
them are rough, but they're they're old games. What are you gonna do?
I love Sonic, so I love
Yeah.
old Sonic.
Old Sonic. You can't beat it, man. Like
New Sonic can suck.
so. All right. So what's the next one up?
Let me go ahead and pull that up. Hold on just a second. I had it right here. Okay.
I don't know if my list is in order.
No, it's okay. So I was gonna go in. Yeah. So now let's do the indie game.
Indie game. Okay.
It's kind of a bigger one, actually.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? You want me to?
Sure. I don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
For me, I'm gonna go with SteamWorld Dig 2.
I'm so happy. So.
And I still haven't finished it, but I've played probably 12 hours.
Oh shit!
So.
I didn't know you played 12 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had time. Remember I had that shift where I was offline.
Oh shit! Okay.
I beat Punch Club in like 10 hours. I had plenty of time.
That's
so
did that
I got pretty.
Year? I don't think so.
No, it was last year.
Yeah.
But otherwise that would have been the shit. Lazy Bear Games fucking has their shit together. But no, SteamWorld Dig 2. It's just so fun. And then seeing you play SteamWorld Heist, like I want to fucking play that. And I love the universe. I love the style. Like all of it together. It's fantastic. And the guys over at Image and Forum and gals, they're fantastic. They're wonderful. They're great with the community. Like all together, they're great indie titles. Like
and they really care. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's mine.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not even a debate. It's SteamWorld Dig 2 for me. This is like, I would normally say, okay, indie. Generally, I'll separate them specifically because like there is a level of like polish that AAA devs tend to be able to get, and like size, like scale, right? Like, and for sure, SteamWorld Dig 2 still
and support and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's smaller. It's not like forever long, but you can put like 18 hours 100%ing that in. Like it took me about that long to 100%. That being said, it's one of my favorite games this year. If not, like it's probably my second or third favorite game this year. Which is fucking crazy.
I support that decision.
I gave it a 10 on GameCode because I legitimately fell in love with this game. Like the charm, the exploration. Like I when I got it, I just sunk fucking hours into it. I lost myself. Like my wife, I look up and I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's really fucking late. Like I need to go to bed because SteamWorld Dig is too damn good." So SteamWorld Dig 2 is legitimately one of the best sequels I've played in a long time, and it's one of my favorite platformers / digging games. I'll say it's the best digging game ever to be made. Better than Minecraft.
Oh. It's a ballsy
I know,
call
but I adore it. So in my defense, it's legitimately one of I'll play any version of that game. Even SteamWorld Heist is really catching.
It looks fucking fun.
I think SteamWorld Heist is gonna be what SteamWorld Dig 2 for me is for you.
Yeah, like, I just need to get it. It looks everything I saw you play. I loved every aspect. Like
yeah, dude, you're gonna like this one.
Oh,
it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So, SteamWorld Dig 2, unanimous.
Boom. Unanimous.
Indie Game of the Year.
Indie game.
Congratulations to Image Informed Games for receiving the award.
You guys are fantastic.
I don't think there's going to be too many unanimous ones. So,
no, yeah, I think we're running low on those.
That's fine. So then we will move over to Platformer of the Year because I don't think we have too many options here. So,
Got it.
what's your choice there?
Cuphead.
Good fucking choice.
Even though it's largely boss like fighting, there's
It's
still
like a boss rush,
platforming. Yeah, there's still platforming, so I'm calling it fucking platformer. And I played a good chunk of it with Adam.
Yeah,
And
I
I
saw that.
thank him for that because I wouldn't have been able to put this on the list if I didn't play that much. And goddamn, it's a fun game. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Like the style's great. It's difficult. I think I like that more than anything.
So fucking hard, man. I was
It's
watching
really
Adam play it today.
It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and they just throw you in that shit too. Like, you don't. There's a tutorial, and then they're like, okay, here's your first boss, and we're not gonna tell you what to do. What the fuck? Like,
that's like 90% of the game is the bosses.
Yeah,
so
it's wonderful though.
The art style alone was like,
Yeah.
oh
yeah. And then if I had an honorable mention, it'd be I didn't play it, so I didn't want to put it on there, and it's a re-release technically, but the Bandicoot trilogy.
It's great, dude.
Insane
It's
trilogy.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
better than the original, and
I
it
wouldn't-
feels just like it. So
Yeah, well, they literally remade it like from the ground up. So,
but it feels like it.
yeah, and I just love Crash Bandicoot, and I can't wait till they do that with
That's a good
Spyro
choice.
because they better fucking do that with Spyro.
Oh, Spyro would be a great remaster, and it would look so beautiful on PS4.
Yeah, and there's 3 games, do a trilogy.
For sure. So it's obvious. It's for me. It's gonna be Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
it's not really.
I figured.
Just because, like, I honestly didn't play Ukulele, and I heard kind of mediocre things.
Ukulele, it would have been my runner-up if it wasn't for Bandicoot.
Yeah, and Crash Bandicoot I did play, so that would probably be pretty close up there. And then I didn't get to play Cuphead yet, but I can imagine that it's gonna frustrate the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
not
in
because
a good way though. Like you get pissed, but you get addicted. Like it's fucked.
Not me. 2D platformers.
I'm not good at them, dude. I'm not good at them at all.
You've got to be better than me.
I don't know, man. My first Mario was 64. I hold true.
So I have never beaten Super Mario World.
Oh, I went back and beat all the Marios.
Yeah. No, I've never. I can't do it.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm on another level of bad.
It's a rough
life.
life.
And I'm good at games. I'm not terrible.
Yeah, no, you're not terrible.
Every day.
Yeah, right. Games. Sometimes,
but there's certain games that I'm not as good.
Yeah.
And 2D platformers. But like I said,
I feel you.
Alone, I want to go play it, so I will eventually.
Yeah.
So Super Mario Odyssey takes it from me.
If I would have played Super Mario, it would have been up there. But again, no Switch, no Super Mario. Can't say it.
Yeah, I mean it's phenomenal. I wish you got a chance to play it. You didn't even get to play it at my house, which is unfortunate.
I didn't.
But that's okay. So my runner-up would be probably Crash Bandicoot 2 because that was pretty great. I forgot about it, to be honest.
Wonderful games.
Fun. These really
great games.
And it was a 3-pack, so fuck.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. So
next up.
That brings us to the next category, which this one, I think we're going to switch over to. I'm going to do a little weird one. Online multiplayer is going to be the second to last one.
Yeah,
we're going to do strategy.
Okay.
So strategy game of the year.
Yeah.
I guess I can go first on this one.
Go for it.
It's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I'm going Nintendo across the board. This is not fair. They had a really, really good year.
No.
Most years this would not happen.
They brought it, man. They brought it.
And I didn't play XCOM, which I heard is phenomenal too.
It didn't come out this year, so.
Oh, I thought it did. I thought XCOM.
The big expansion came out this year.
That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, XCOM would have been mine.
And to be honest, Mario plus Rabbids was a really solid game before the multiplayer, like couch co-op multiplayer came out.
Oh.
And then I got to play that with you, and I legitimately fell in
love. The coders know my opinion on the couch co-op. That shit was fun as hell.
It's amazing. Like, it's so fucking good. I think it took you from, like, intrigued to, like, shit, I need this game if I ever get a Switch kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and I know you hate Rabbids, so that
I really hate them, but they were useful. Some of those little shits.
Some of them had some good moves.
I'm telling you.
So that's my game of the year. What's yours?
It's Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh fuck! Okay, cool.
And
so we got another one.
It won that. All right, so I want to defend this category a little bit with my runner up. So Mario plus Rabbids exclusively from just the couch co-op won me over, like you said.
Yeah,
And I just want to go play the single player. Like, it looks fantastic.
great.
It plays. It's fun. It's enough like XCOM where it's going to be a challenge, but it's fun at the same time. Like
Yeah, it's
style
really
wise,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
the sound, the fucking music's fantastic. Shout out. And it's just overall great. Fucking god damn it. Great.
I know our phone started blowing up.
Yeah, what are they talking about?
Damn it,
Great
Taylor.
fucking game
Here.
overall. Oh, he's a fuck. And then, but I want to say, so I didn't play it yet, but I want to throw in for my runner-up as Shadow of War. All right,
Okay.
and
Okay. No, I
know
can see that. That's
it's
cool.
not a classic strategy like layout, but the way that you have to go about making your armies to assault the strongholds, I mean, there's definitely strategy involved, and as it's still like action adventure,
Yeah.
it has that overlying like thought in your back of your head, like, am I doing this for the greater purpose of my army? And to me, that's enough to call it a strategy game compared to just like an Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean?
I agree, and I don't like traditional categories most times.
Yeah.
But this is one of those years where they're starting to bend those rules a little bit, which is great. And like you were saying, like we're seeing games evolve, and Shadow of War needed to evolve because like the first one had that very very light element of strategy,
but it was mainly an Assassin's Creed clone, like
Assassin's Creed, but like Arkham Knight, like
it was like exactly.
With the weird nemesis, with like a limited nemesis system.
Yeah,
and this one takes that to the next level.
The way you have to build your armies, the way that they interact with the environment, the way that they interact during the battles. Like, I haven't even fucked with the game yet, and like just seeing all this stuff from gameplay I've watched and reviews, like I can tell you it's a good fucking game. Like,
honorable mention to Shadow of War.
Boom.
The
shout out. And to Adam for giving me this wonderful Shadow of War bottle opener. Yeah. Have you seen this thing?
No.
I gotta see it.
You gotta pull this up for the coders.
This is from Adam. Adam played some stuff. Give me it's the hammer, but it's a bottle opener at the same time. Yeah.
Getting lit. What's up? That's
fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, I had to throw that in the ring.
No, that's a good choice.
I didn't play it, so it couldn't take a category for me, but
I think technically that fits right into this. That's a good choice because it wasn't gonna fit. It wasn't gonna be an honorable mention in pretty much any of the other categories.
Yeah, we didn't have an action adventure category, and it wasn't taking Game of the Year. So
no. That's a great option. I didn't do an action adventure one because there's a very real reason for it. Like I think Game of the Year is kind of gonna be that.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what's gonna end up being. This year had amazing action adventure games.
Yeah.
We have one last category before we get to Game of the Year, though.
Two more. What?
Two more.
Shooter and online.
Right. Shooter. So we're gonna start with shooter.
Boom.
Go ahead. Tell me what's your shooter?
Call of Duty World War II.
I had a feeling. Yeah. It's a good game. From what I understand.
Fantastic game. I wish I had more time to put into that.
I know.
But right now, the coders need some story in their lives. So I've been doing the Assassins, and I'll be doing some Shadow of War. And some callbacks to like some Fallout and Skyrim and stuff coming up. But Call of Duty, this one, they brought it home. Fucking fantastic. Not just the multiplayer, the zombies is better than I've ever had. Like it's actually scary. Like again, fucking frightening ass zombies. I don't know if you've seen any of it. The campaign is off the charts, man. They weren't just blowing smoke when they did all those big interviews and press releases talking about the like historical accuracy, that sort of stuff. Like they really knocked this one out of the park. So they get my my win. Runner up. I'm gonna have to give Wolfenstein I didn't play, so I can't give it the runner up, right? But Wolfenstein obviously is gonna be a wonderful shooter. I'm not saying anything against.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to do an honorable mention.
But my hidden one is fucking Battlefront 2, and I hate doing it. But goddamn,
that's just good. Like if it's a good game.
I hate
they fixed it.
Yeah, I hate with all the drama, but the game plus the campaign in the game, both ridiculously fun. And So yeah, that gets my my number 2 spot.
God, I want that game. I'm not going to pay much money for it, but I want that game.
I almost bought it, and then it flipped, and it wasn't on sale anymore. And I was like, well, not buying it now. But for
I know
35
that's a
bucks,
game
I'll
that I'm
buy
going to
it.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
was
to wait,
35
but
bucks.
I will play the hell out of that with you
Fuck
eventually.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Um,
But yeah, so that's it for me.
Good. No, that's a good choice. Okay, so you went with Call of Duty World War II, honorable mention of Battlefront. Good choices. You don't have to do an honorable mention for
I
Wolfenstein because
figured.
that's
I
my
figured it'd be
shooter
somewhere
of the
there.
year
Yeah.
for sure. I'm not very far into the game for sure. I'm probably 4 hours, 4.5 hours into that. My
Okay.
actual my first one. So probably about a third or a quarter through the game. Not that
Mhm.
far. There's a lot more to go. But just the opening fucking act is so goddamn good
Yeah.
that like I can guarantee you that there's almost nothing that they could do at the end of the game to fuck it up so bad to be worse than any of the other shooters that I played. I did not play Call of Duty World War II, so it was exempt for me, which is
Yeah.
frustrating. But
Eh.
I have a feeling that would have been pretty high on my list too. There was also a bunch of shooters though that got random updates too. So like they were out last year and now they're updated this year. I want to kind of give it a shout out because I'm from what I understand, and I haven't gotten a chance to even dabble into it, but my friends have been playing Division, and
Yeah.
it's gotten the latest update they're saying is like the best expansion it's ever done, and it was free. So I'm tempted to
Nice.
go back just to try it and see what it's all about. But
Yeah.
I'm again, this is one of the categories where I felt like expansions were a big one, online shooters specifically. But I went. There's obviously an online multiplayer category to get to, and I think that that's going to be sort of a contentious choice just because of, well, for me, well, the game technically barely released. But that's the transition point. So let's go
Yeah.
ahead and
Online
roll on over to
multiplayer.
online multiplayer game
Well,
of the year.
before we start talking about it, I'll just say my honorable mention ahead of time
Mhm.
is Call of Duty.
Good
Because,
choice.
I mean, it got the other category, so I didn't have to fight so hard in my brain for this one.
Oh, I may have fucked up. That's okay.
What?
I gave it to a game that I shouldn't have given it to. My last one to it. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I didn't have to fight too hard with my conscience on it because I already gave it the shooter. But Call of Duty Sledgehammer brought it back hard
Mhm.
with this
They did a
game.
good job.
And they even this winter they have a season thing where you can get season exclusive gear that you can't get any other time, and it's like a 2-week thing, and all this fucking double XP events, all this crazy stuff. They made the hub world snowy and Christmas themed. Like
Nice.
they really are coming back towards the community and the core gameplay at the same time, and that's like fantastic. But
That's what you wanted.
so it definitely got my honorable mention on that. It almost pulled 2 categories for me, but I am a Call of Duty fanboy, so what can I say?
Yeah.
But we'll jump to the. I'm sure. I think it's the same for both of us.
In this case, yes, and it's okay, but I'm going to do my honorable mention real quick.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Before we jump to it, because I think this is Splatoon 2. I almost gave this shooter. The only reason I didn't give it the shooter record, and I know you have kind of mixed feelings on it.
Well, no
Well, you only got to play a little bit, so but either way, I would have given it shooter if the story, like honestly, the campaign was worse than the first one to me. Like it was slightly worse. After it's marinated with me, it wasn't quite as strong of a campaign as the first one. Mainly because I think the first one shocked me. Like it had one of the best boss fights I've ever had in a game. Like the final boss is like incredible in the first game. This one was kind of a rehash of that, and it felt a little stale. However, the actual online multiplayer is so fucking good, and it's only gotten better since its release. I just sunk like 3 hours into it today, and they released a new mode. It was called Clan Blitz. That shit.
Well, I know what
was,
Clan Blitz is,
dude. No, okay. So I thought that it was confusing, and then it just like was like whoa. There's like one moment, and I'm just like I got everything. Like the whole world parted, and for reals, since I can't honestly give it because I haven't put as much time into it as the game I'm going to choose. It has to be my honorable mention, and it's not going to get shooter. So, Splatoon 2, hell of a job, Nintendo. Can't wait for Splatoon 3. But let's just go ahead and say it on cue. The Gamer award for online multiplayer game goes to Player
Player
Unknown
Unknown Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds for
Yeah.
sure. There's no way that it could be anything else. You see how much we've streamed that stupid fucking game on our
Oh,
channel. Like honestly, we had to sit down the other day. Like you messaged me and we were messaging back and forth, and we were like, we have to take a break from this game.
we
Like
do.
people
We
are
do.
bored of watching us play it. Like
We
I can't blame you.
so I looked last night when we were on, and I have 104 hours played. Maybe 3 of those 104 hours have been off stream.
Yes. Yes.
Like I have
I just want to
at
make it
least
clear we don't play much
yeah.
by ourselves. Like we just
No.
play for you, but we
Yeah.
adore it.
So that's like 100 hours one stream of that game. And I mean that alone should speak to how much we fucking love the game. Like
Yeah, let me see if I can actually.
it
I
should have
have
you
it.
should have your Steam. It'll say right next to the last played. It'll say like how many hours you played right below it.
Let me see if I can pull it up. It's not like.
But it's a wonderful game, and it did officially release for the PC.
So
Just a
technically,
few days ago.
it's fair game now.
Yeah,
Since
for the PC.
Yes, for PC, and I don't even want to talk about the.
We were on version 1.00002 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, so where was it supposed to be?
Like if you pull up Steam, it's right under the play button. It'll say like hours played. Or at least
147 hours.
See, there you go.
Jesus Christ! Now I probably played a little bit more off stream than you did,
but still, I mean that's
just 'cause
probably
schedule.
collectively that's like 200 hours on stream we've played between the both
For sure.
two. Like, yeah. So it. You guys already know. Like we put the time in. It's wonderful. It has everything you could ask for, especially from an actual indie fucking studio. Like,
yeah,
they're not a large studio.
I have to say though, it definitely didn't go make the indie category for me because it doesn't feel like an indie. How about that?
It's definitely taken on the life of like a Minecraft in that sense,
Exactly.
where
Like,
it started indie, but it's not indie anymore. When you have a million concurrent fucking players,
Yeah.
like
By the
you're
time
not
it launched, the actual studio got so big, I don't think it could classify itself as indie anymore.
I don't think you can. Yeah, they didn't do like how 7 Days is. 7 Days still has 4 people making it. Like
That's crazy.
That's it. You know, it's not pulling that. They had to hire,
making a fucking fortune,
right? Yeah. But they had to hire up. You know, like that. I mean, that makes it makes sense. So
you couldn't support that game.
oh my god, you couldn't support the servers alone with that many people. Like
I can only imagine the server farm that's fucking backing because it is dedicated servers. Is the only way that game works.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the reasons that I think battle royales becoming popular is a huge thing is like that game mode does not work peer to peer. Like you cannot make it work peer to peer. So internet connection issues are going to be 100% on the game servers, which is good. Blame the servers, not your friends that you're playing with.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. Something Splatoon 2 still does, which is why it doesn't get online multiplayer award. Get your fucking servers right, Nintendo. But yeah, overall, Fortnite, T-Sun, it feels like a cheap copy to me.
What Rainbow Six didn't come out this year, bro.
No, but it's been updated like crazy this year.
Halo 3 didn't come out this fucking decade.
How about it should get an award for being old and still really good?
Yeah, great game. I mean, I'll give it that. Old but good. Got it.
Awesome. So the Gamer Award for online multiplayer game goes.
I'm glad we agree right before we disagree. I like
yeah, I had a feeling we weren't gonna agree on Game of the Year, which is fair. Yeah. So I'll start because I know that yours is gonna be different, and everyone knows mine. Game of the Year for me is hands down Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. There's never been a better Zelda game to me, like, which is crazy because I would have sworn that like Wind Waker would be my favorite Zelda game for all eternity.
Yeah.
And I've now officially put 170 hours into Breath of the Wild, something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I just found something new the other day. So that I'd never seen. How the fuck does it even happen?
Isn't that great?
It's amazing. It feels so good.
Oh, it's such a good feeling.
Anyway, for all the reasons that I've said a billion times on streams, I think the biggest thing that it's done for the industry has given you a world and given you a map that isn't littered with bullshit markers and shitty collectibles and said, just go there and pick it up. It says, go explore and find out what this shit has to offer. And that was the thing that changed it for me. It was better than any Zelda to ever do that. And so I have to say, Breath of the Wild is a monumental achievement. I can't wait for you to finally play through it and get all the texts from you, like, holy shit, did you see have you seen this? Like, and I'll be like, hey man, I saw it, it's amazing. And then you'll be like, but what about this? And I'll be like, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, right.
So without a doubt, what about you, man?
So
what about you?
I hands down agree with you on the Zelda thing, but I didn't play enough of it to be able to give it the game of the year. That being said, the game I'm giving it to, I haven't beat yet, but I feel confident enough in what I've already done and how much I've enjoyed it, compared to games such as Andromeda that I'm probably going to put more hours into this game, and already I know I'm having more fun, is Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, I had a feeling you were going to say something like that.
It's real, man. I'm 10 hours in, and it has so many cues. It didn't take the risks that Zelda did, but it has cues. And it's funny the things you said, because so Syndicate, literally you sync and it shows you where every collectible is in that area.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
This one you sync, it gives you question marks like in The Witcher, and you go there and it says, hey, there's one hidden object in this area.
And then better, yeah.
You have your senses and all the stuff, but you still have to find it. And typically, it's the harder ones are like behind puzzles or something of the sort. You don't just go up to it like in Syndicate and go, "Oh, here it is." You know,
this means fucking nothing.
Yeah, and the question marks not every time are they a collectible thing or something like that. It could be an enemy transport. It could be a fucking rare like to fight. Like it could be anything. It's a question mark. So I feel like between The Witcher 3 and Zelda, they definitely they have aspects of both of those in the open worldedness. That's a word now of how they did it. The combat's real fun. The customization with the different types of weapons, different types of abilities from the weapons, and then just being able to upgrade them and keep weapons that you really like or think are going to be great later on. You can pay to just keep them through. You can customize your mount. You can customize all, like, literally plethora of things that you can customize. It's
unbelievable how much is in that game.
Yeah. And on top of that, the story's great so far. The side missions, fucking great side missions. Anybody who's been watching the streams, I've only done maybe 6 main missions, and I'm 10 hours in. Like, the 10 hours is 8 of those hours have been side missions, and they've been great story. Like they have full plots to them. They're really well executed. There's a few hiccups. Some of the cutscene, the procedurally generated cutscenes, like the voices off of the mouth movement, stuff like that. But they still, but I mean, they still carry through what you're wearing, your weapon type, your outfit. So it makes it feel more like you're more immersed in the game. Yeah. And then the big thing that they did is they eased up on your ability to climb things from the previous games.
Yeah, you were telling me that, which is amazing.
You can just climb a fucking mountain. Like, it looks like a cliff, and it doesn't have like the fucking handholds, and you can just climb that shit. Like,
that's fantastic.
I've come across maybe 2 or 3 points where I couldn't climb something, but then you look at it and you're like, okay, that makes sense why I can't climb it. It's like, that's a 20-foot tall tree with no fucking limbs. Like, okay, I'll get that.
Isn't something pulled from Zelda? And I'm so happy it is.
Yeah,
like, is this the first time where I'm not saying like, oh, this game is stealing from it. I'm saying, thank God these games are stealing from it.
Thank God.
It's gonna make amazing games, and it did make amazing games.
Yeah, and after you get through the prologue area, like, there's like 17 other areas, and they give you a basis. They're like, hey, this area, you should be this level to go here, or you're gonna get fucked up. But if you want to, you can haul ass through that area with a horse and pray to God you don't get shot in the head with a fucking bow and arrow. It's up to you. Like, there are no more walls after the fucking prologue. And that is, especially for an Assassin's game, it's not like you're not walled off by the Animus like you typically would be. You can do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want. And at any point, you can go back to the real world, even though it doesn't really have a point. You can go back to the real world and hop the fuck out of the Animus. Like, it gives you that freedom. And when you're outside the Animus, you're not in a fucking first person where you're like walking around in an office. Like, it's like there's a lot of things that are coming together in this game that I think the Assassin's Creed like legacy needed to keep it alive, especially with the new generation, because those games
The
are
last 2 games, I'm just sick. I'm so glad they're doing something new.
Syndicate was doable. Like, it was all right. I played it. It was yeah, it was better than Unity.
Well, Unity was a trash pile. It was literally a
but this
burning
one,
like dumpster.
this one, they had the team from Black Flag. They pulled it off. I think they did wonderful. They made it more Assassin's Creed-esque, but they made it more free like Black Flag was. And those two combinations, like, fucking awesome. I'm loving it. And like I said, 10 hours in, I got fucking 70% of the game left. Like,
it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm blown away by it. And that's why I can say with confidence my game of the year. Boom.
That's awesome. That's an unexpected one for you, I'm sure, actually.
I did not think it was going to happen.
I knew you'd love it, but I didn't think that you'd love it that much.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't. I'm blown away by it every time I turn it on.
You don't understand. Like, I was like lukewarm, and then I started watching you play, and I'm like,
yeah,
shit, that looks good. Shit, that looks real good.
And it gives you, like you were talking about, the freedom. You can do, like, there's side quests, there's shit to do, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. I got on the other day off stream, and I just hunted fucking birds for like 45 minutes because I needed to collect some. I needed to grind some fucking materials to upgrade, and I just shot birds out of the air. Like, I didn't give a fuck. It's just like you can literally hop in, do whatever the fuck you want. Like,
I'm just absolutely floored too by how good the visuals are. Like, how that game managed just to run at all, like, it looked that good
on a console,
and be that fucking big.
Yeah, and I'm playing it on a console. Like,
I know. Like, of all things, you're playing it on Xbox, and it's running like butter. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is a well-made game.
Yeah. So their time off is well spent.
I will say surprising. Yeah, but very good choice. Just because I think that sometimes that's the best thing that can happen. So, Gamer Award for Game of the Year for me goes to Breath of the Wild. For you, goes to Assassin's Creed Origins. What a great choice, I think, all around from both of us. Yeah. Little pat on the back. But overall, yeah, I mean, that's going to kind of bring us to the end of our categories.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's too many more things to actually bring up, though. Like, I mean, I think we covered most of our honorable mentions. I guess if I had to do like do you have a Game of the Year honorable mention? I didn't prepare anything.
No, not really. I mean, the two games, like I said, two games that I've purchased and I just haven't played yet. Shadow of War, I'm still excited about, even though I'm playing Assassin's Creed. I don't think I'm going to get burnt out because it is different enough now. It's not like the first one was. And then Wolfenstein, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those are the big ones. I just hope Image and Form keeps it up. What they're doing with the Steam World universe is fucking wonderful. And I hope Assassin's Creed fucking continues to pump out some solid fucking games like this. And, you know, I just want to see what the future holds. Like, next year's going to be a great year. There's already a shit ton of games that I'm beyond excited for. So I need to kill these games off before they all come out next spring.
And I got to say, like, if you were in gaming this year, I don't think there was a game that you bought other than like Mass Effect that was bad. Like we said, we had like.
I still played it for 80 hours. You know, it's like.
Well, that's an exception. You made a mistake. That's okay. The point being is, like, it was just a great year for gaming. Like, just in general, it was amazing.
New console,
one of its best years ever, I think.
Yeah.
Ever, because it had Zelda, Mario Odyssey, it had Mario plus Rabbids, it had ARMS, which was fantastic, and most people didn't play. Splatoon 2 was amazing, better than the first game by pretty much every.
They did a console launch like you should.
Yeah. Like, and you know what's crazy is, like, there are still another dozen games that I'm forgetting right now because they were just above average.
Yeah.
instead of being like phenomenal, the second
Exceptional.
coming of yeah. So I mean, there was like wasn't there like a Fire Emblem Warriors, which is not my
Yeah.
thing. I'm hearing it's amazing.
Yeah.
There was a billion other things, and I still have Metroid Prime coming next year,
Right.
and
We have,
potentially a Pokemon RPG.
bro, bro.
Fucking understand what's about to happen next year. This
That's
shit's
gonna
selling
be.
a
I'm gonna
billion
be.
units.
I'm gonna be deep into Switch with Pokemon comes out. Like, oh.
We need to set up a donate button for Dylan to get a Switch. I think it's official. I think we're gonna build a donate button. You can donate anything you can donate. Get this guy a Switch. He needs to be able to play Pokemon when it comes out,
We'll make a
and also
GoFundMe.
Zelda. We'll do something. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the Gamer Awards, our first annual ever award show. This will continue to get bigger and brighter and more
Every
exciting
year.
every single year. We'll be able to play more games. We'll be able to fully experience more games, and we'll be more organized, to be honest, and have better sets.
Yeah. Green screens hopefully next year.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. Some green screens, some big things. But I think 2017, while it was a crazy year in the country, in the United States at least, it was quite an incredible year in gaming, and that's really what matters. And it brings us all together. And so I think I speak for both of us when I say, stay classy, coders.